I'm not the biggest fan of conspiracy theories, but that's not to say that I hate them. It's just that many of them don't make sense to me. They could be talking about two things that are almost not related at all and somehow say, oh yeah, this happened because of this. And recently I found a bunch of these from two accounts on Instagram called Conspiracy Society and Conspiracy Plots. So let's take a look at our first theory. It says, Presidential Advisor and NASA consultant Douglas McKinnon has warned that a surprise asteroid strike could potentially destroy several nations or even the entire planet, unless world leaders unite and take action to develop a way to combat a worldwide threat like this. He argued that so far only luck has prevented a catastrophe like this, and that it is not unlikely. Okay, first of all, how many times have we heard that an asteroid is heading towards Earth and that it could pass the next week or something? Almost every single month, there's always a scientist who says, oh, this asteroid is going to pass by Earth. If it happens to hit us, it might cause the end of the world. But it never does. And more importantly, the meteorites that come down to Earth, they always burn up. Like, there's always these Russian videos where a meteor is coming down the atmosphere and it burns up like nothing. This isn't even a conspiracy theory, it's just boring news that we know. Anyways, moving on. Many are claiming that a 1993 episode of The Simpsons predicted the ongoing coronavirus outbreak, showing packages from an Asian country being opened and spreading an illness to the recipients. You know, the funny thing about this conspiracy theory is that the exact same thing could be said for the SARS virus. So for people who don't know, before the coronavirus, back in 2002 we had the SARS virus. And not only did it also come from China, but it also killed people, and although it didn't kill a lot of people, killed like 800, it still spread across the world, even in the US. So I don't know why they decided to use this theory for the coronavirus instead of the SARS, and they didn't even mention China, they just said Asian country in it. But it's fake anyways, so whatever. Theoretical physicist Michio Kaku believes that humans will come in contact with aliens by the end of 2020. He also believes that the humans will be like forest animals to them, i.e. not worth communicating with. Well, it's 2021 and I don't see any aliens walking around, so I guess this theory was wrong. Unless if the aliens only visited to the government, and therefore they did come but only to certain people. But out of all of the years, why 2020? Was it because it was a bad year and therefore anything can happen, like the end of the world, a zombie apocalypse, or maybe aliens invading? I can say the exact same thing for 2021, saying that a zombie apocalypse will happen at the end of the year and almost 90% of the human population is going to die. Is it going to happen? No, but it's always a possibility that it might. There is a popular conspiracy theory that claims that the famous rapper Eminem actually died in 2006 and has since been replaced by a lookalike. This theory comes after many have noticed changes in his appearance, music style, lyrics, etc. There is also another theory that he was cloned and his bone samples were used to create the clone. First of all, what happened in 2006 that made people think this? Did Eminem get into some sort of accident that almost killed him? But besides that, why does his appearance matter? If people grow up, don't they? So obviously their faces are going to change over time. But more importantly, obviously their music is going to change because they have to keep up with the times and people don't want to listen to the same style of music over and over again. It's called growing up, and I don't think these people know what that means. Here's another theory saying the exact same thing except for Kim Jong-un. Seeing the photos, the dictator looks different, but they're still the same person. Kim Jong-un isn't dead or anything. He also went through surgery, so that might be one of the reasons why he looks a bit different around the edges. Anyways, here's the last theory. If World War III ever happens, it would most likely be a nuclear war that would kill 80% of the world's population within hours. The remaining 20% would only survive for a few days before dying due to radiation. Okay, how are we certain that World War III is going to be a nuclear war? Does the US, Russia, and China really want to destroy the world like that? I mean, I don't think the soldiers or the people would want that because it means that everything they did and fought for is pointless since they could have just launched a nuclear strike on the other country and obliterated it. Also, why 80% of the world's population? What if they only launch like 2 or 3 missiles and kill a couple of million people? Does the military use some type of simulation for this and think, oh, that's exactly how World War III is going to happen? It seems stupid, but also plausible since the Cold War almost became a nuclear war, and luckily one guy managed to stop that. But that's my opinion on these theories. They don't really make sense, or at least they seem too much far-fetched to actually happen. But I guess since people have an imagination, there's no way to stop these. Anyways, have a good day.